with you. And when I go live, sometimes there's a bit of a delay and I get a little funky until I realize that I'm live in the right spot. So I think I'm in the right spot, pretty sure I'm live. I had a nail pop off, and because it's been about 2 weeks, maybe a little over 2 weeks, I've kind of lost track. But this is a very bright mani, bright. And so I had a nail pop off, and for that reason, because I tried a new nail shape, I'm going to go into the weeds, so I don't want to go into the weeds. But so what I did was I went ahead and I removed and I can tuck you down here, I removed this nail, and then I put a clear wrap on it. So there's actually a clear wrap on that one. And then I'm going to remove the pinky nail so you can see how I remove my True Shine gel. So that way you can see how that works. And so today's all about experiment. So I'm going to try and do this quickly so I don't take too much of your time. And also, like I said, you can see a close-up of my hand, and then you can see me here. So this is base coat. I'm going to start with this base coat. I have had this for a very long time. I actually think I've not had to replace my base coat yet, and I've been wearing gel for about 2 years. So I just kind of took I wiped off any drips or anything, and I'm just going to, actually before I do that, I'm going to do a light buff and get rid of any oils on my nails. Now the reason I put a clear, where'd my buffing block go? I tried to have everything ready to go and apparently failed. There it is, it's hiding. So there's my alcohol wipe. I'm just going to quickly find the buffing surface. Here we go. Just do a quick, nothing crazy, just getting rid of the sheen. And really I'm just smoothing the edge here. Okay. So then I'm going to take my alcohol wipe and I'm going to wipe it just to get rid of any oils on that nail, so that way the gel will adhere. Wait for that to dry. Ta-da! All right. So you can't see, but I'm essentially just kind of wiping here. And I'm going to just do a real thin layer here. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of do a super thin layer. One of the tricks about gel is to make sure that you don't glob it on. If you glob it on, then it'll chip off relatively quickly, and that you go ahead and take care of swiping the end there. It's interesting trying to talk this through. All right, so I see a little fuzz ball. I'm just going to get rid of the fuzz ball. And if any of the gel has touched my nail, I recognize this is probably a little bit out of focus. If any of the gel is touching my nail, then I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off with just an orange stick, okay? So the reason for that is because I want to go ahead and I want to make sure that the gel does not touch the cuticle. Because the gel is self-leveling, what happens is if I hold my finger like this, the gel will pull this way. If I hold my finger like this, the gel will pull this way. So you want to keep your hand, don't do what I just did. Go ahead and just hold it this way like this, nice and level. And I have my color cure lamp here. So you can use this color cure lamp. I prefer this one. If you get the gel bundle, it comes with this, or the gel kit, it comes with this. The reason I like this one as opposed to this one is because this one you can only do 4 fingers at a time and you have to hit a button, and I don't like hitting a button. I mean, you can do 4 fingers at a time and then you have to do your thumbs separately. But with this particular color cure lamp, you can see that I'm actually putting my hand right in it. Let me see if I can, so you can see just like this. So I'm putting my hand in there. I'm obviously curing, you can cure your whole hand. I am currently only doing the single finger to do it as a demo. I'm hoping I'm not making anyone car sick or something. The gel cure only requires about a 30 to 60 second cycle. So I'm just going to hang here. It's been 35 seconds, but I'm going to hang here for a little bit longer. It was originally created for color cure, which is currently off market because there was an issue with allergens. 1.5% of the population had that. Hi, Shona. I'm shaking, now I'm currently, sorry, I'm talking and doing this at the same time. I'm currently shaking. I'm going to be doing a beta, this color beta, which is a navy blue, and it's been 60 seconds, so I can take my hand out of there. I'm gonna move my lamp over there. Beta is a navy blue, and I'm doing that because I'm going to be matching these super cute wraps that I got. I almost always include wraps with my gel because I like it that way. You don't have to, but that's what I'm going to be putting on with it. So I am just right here going and I'm scraping, I'm rubbing, essentially kind of getting any drips out. So I just kind of tornado it, right, to get the drips out, and then go like this back and forth. And the reason for that is because when you put it on, you want it to go on super thin, again, because of that self-leveling. So, nice and thin. Now, notice, don't let it get near the cuticle. And if it does, then you just wipe it off before you cure it. Once you cure it, it's on there, like good. So super thin coat, nothing crazy. This is where the goal is, especially with this first coat of color, the goal is to get a thin, thin, thin coat, and then you just do multiple coats. So I have tools over there. So I'm going to go ahead and cure. Again, you can see I'm curing. Trying to get you guys the best view. How's this going? So I'm just going to cure for 30 seconds, then I'll do another coat, then a cure for another 30 seconds, then I do another coat until it is the coverage that I'm looking for. So if you have any questions, whether you're watching this live or if you're watching it on the replay, just ask in the comments and I'll make sure to answer them for you. At first I was not digging the gel, and part of it's for me, I actually have psoriasis and my nails are super duper like paper thin. And so when I would do the gel, even when I would remove gently using like these guys, these are those pockets. They are almost, I'll demonstrate this as well. Maybe I'll demonstrate it while we'll see. But these are the remover pockets. When I would use these guys, it still has acetone in it. And so my nails, whenever they have acetone touch it, it's like it sucks all the moisture out of them and then my nails become brittle and break. They've never been this long naturally, like ever. I also, like I said, because I have psoriasis, I have some pitting of my nails, and so I recognize that's unique to me, but it's one of the reasons why I fell in love with the Jamberry wraps. And the self-leveling helps a lot with any imperfections. Oh, I'm sitting here talking instead of looking at what I'm doing. So we've gone beyond the time allotment necessary. I'll just set the timer. There are timer options on that as well. So coat number 2. And I'm painting under the phone, which is a little different than usual. Usually I can get my face all up in there and like, review. So coat number 2, again, going for that edge. I also make noises. All right. So coat number 2, I'm also going to be using a, so 60 seconds there. So I'm also going to be using a matte top coat on this particular set because because these wraps are matte. Therefore, I want to make sure to have that matte looking finish. I don't want a high shine finish. Our top coat, our standard top coat does have a high shine finish and it's gorgeous, but not necessarily what I'm looking for this particular manicure. Which is going to be pretty interesting when I remove some of the orange. I'll have some blue, some orange. It's orange, right? Orange. But yeah, it'll come together before tonight, before This Is Us. I'm not the only one, right? The other reason I really like this color cure lamp, I'll show you in a minute, I have 13 seconds here, is because the bottom plate is magnetic, so it's great for pedicures. You can just plop it right down on top of your foot. So you can like paint your foot and then pop this right on top of it. They also say, here it is. See, here's the lamp, okay? And then if you pop this off, you can go ahead and put it down on top of your foot, and it's self-activating, so I don't have to push a button. I put my hand in here, it turns on. Super cool. All right, let me see if I can get this plate back up. It helps if you make noises, right? All right, that's back in. Back to a third coat. Twirly whirly, back and forth, back under here. Look at my hand bounce. I've either had too much coffee, I probably have too much coffee. Is there such a thing? So this is looking good. Again, we're going for thin coats. I don't know if you can see, I got a little bit on my cuticle, so I'm actually going to take an orange stick and just scrape that off. So the cool thing is, if you mess up, you just wipe it off before curing it. Perfect. And curing again. Trying to decide if I want another coat. Super cute. Thanks, Shona. Yay. I'm trying to decide if I want another coat. The coverage looks pretty good. I'm trying to decide if I want to be anal retentive. Normally I am. All right, so I will do this. Okay. And last thin coat, twirly whirlies. I know you can't see. Twirly whirlies back and forth. That's a technical term, right? There's a spot over here. And I've gotten better. I used to be terrible. I used to not be able to paint my nails, which is why I ended up where I am. But now I'm doing pretty good, guys. I can do hard things, even if it's just painting nails. Now it looks black kind of in this picture, but it's definitely blue. So again, pop that under there. Then I'm gonna get my matte top coat. So this is the matte top coat. And as I said, I'm gonna shake, which is fun to talk and shake at the same time. So I'm just shaking that while it's coming. And I also put, like I said, I put the wraps over, I put the gel over clear wraps. So I have a clear wrap on that, and that's just so that way I can remove it super easy. And I'm gonna show you removal shortly. Also, let me see if I can show you. See how it's just lighting it up? It's weird because those colors look different. Well, one has a chromatics color over it. All right, let's see if I can get that back. Perfect. All right. Just shaking, shaking, shaking. And if you do your whole hand, you can see it doesn't take, normally I would do the whole hand and then cure. Do the whole hand and then cure. But you're seeing, as long as it would take to do a whole hand in terms of curing, you're seeing that here and now. All right, so the matte top coat's a little bit thicker than the high shine top coat. So as long as you're aware of that, then you're in good shape. And again, the goal is thin coats. You can see it's kind of, get it under here. So the thing about the matte top coat is because it's thicker and we're still aiming for thin coats, if you go slower, you won't get, see how you get those like streaky bobble things? I know I use super technical terms. I'm gonna go ahead and goop up a little bit more here. So the streaks are because the brush, they're just brush strokes. But again, it's self-leveling, so it's self-leveling, so if I can get it on here, see those streaks? I don't know if they're coming across here. Then I'm just gonna, I can either do just tap. I normally just tap on top of the lamp. But now it's nice and level. So you can't tell that it's matte yet, but it's coming, people. Here we go. So I'm gonna let that bad boy cure. And then, so the benefit of gel or some key concepts. You need a base coat. If you want color, you put color, and then as many coats as you until it's nice and not see-through, right? Till it looks the way you want it to, and then you do a top coat. Then you rub the whole thing with an alcohol wipe, and once you do that, it's dry. It's not going to chip, it's not going to smudge, you don't have to worry about it. So, and it creates this nice little, it's not as thick as acrylic, but it creates a nice protective barrier, okay? So the curing helps harden it, and the alcohol wipe takes any tackiness away. So once this is cured, just waiting the 60 seconds. I believe it actually only needs the 30 seconds, but I'm weird and just like to give my hand that extra time. So I just pulled that alcohol wipe out, and then I'm just gonna rub it. Oh, I can do it here. Perfect. So, wipe my to-dos away. There we go. So I just did that alcohol wipe. I know I just painted it. Isn't that crazy? So it didn't come off on this alcohol wipe at all. And as it dries, do you see that it's not shiny? Let me see if I can put it here. See how it's not shiny at all? That's what I'm going for. It's this nice blue. See, if I wipe it with the alcohol, it's shiny because it's wet. But then as it dries, it's dry. All right. So I promised to show you how to remove it. When you've put it over a wrap. So I have this. This is we call this liquid gold. You can see I can use some more. Luckily, I think I have some over on that shelf behind me. But I take purple cuticle pusher, and I take this, and I'm going to go ahead and just open it. And I'm going to pump, except for I just closed it. I'm going to pump a little bit of the remover just so it's on the top here. And I'm going to dip in. And then I'm just going to come along the side here. See how it goes under? And just dip in. This remover is removing the wrap underneath, and this is why I love doing a clear wrap. It's totally worth it, because this, it's done, guys. Like, hello, isn't that cool? So you don't have to, for me, this is non-acetone, which is really important for me because the acetone strips my nails like nothing. I'm just gonna get rid of that, all right? And if you don't have a purple cuticle pusher, let me know. But you can see it's here, it's done, and then I'm going to just take this little wipe and soak up what was left on here. I'm going to rub, just rub-a-dub-dub. Done. So cool, right? All done. So this one's ready for a clear wrap or a regular wrap, which is probably what I'm going to do. And then when I do a regular wrap, I also do a base and top coat over it just to help keep the edges down, especially because, like I said, I have psoriasis, and so I have lots of itchies and I scratch a lot. I've had it since I was 12, so I am an itchy person. So when I was wearing just wraps on their own, the edges would lift and raise, and then also it would get like snug against my like clothes. And so when I do the gel, it doesn't do that. It holds the wrap to the tips of the fingers, even with my itchiness. Also gives my fingers some durability against that, when I do scratch. So it doesn't lift anything else. So Shona was saying, I see, wow, and it's so quick. Removing is so quick that way. You can do these. These, you essentially, I'm actually not going to open one of those right now, but I'm going to show you with an alcohol swipe because they look just like, they're in like the same kind of packaging. See, they're like this. But they have a stick on the bottom. Actually, here, I'll just demonstrate. So what happens with these is there is a bit of acetone in here because it is for gel. And you just tear it here, because where it says, tear here, okay? And then you're going to pop your finger so you can see there's that little pad in there. You're going to put, oh, don't do the one I just did. You're going to put your finger in here, okay, like this. And then there's an adhesive strip. And you just fold it like to create this little pocket, okay? I like to fold the top over because I feel like it's a little bit more secure. I'm not trying to flip you off. But it's on here, and then you wait 10 minutes. You're essentially soaking it for 10 minutes, and then the gel will flake off. It's not as rough as standard acetone, but it's still acetone because it's pulling gel off. Now, because that doesn't work as well for me, I put them over the clear wraps so I can remove them just like I showed you. But you can totally do this too, especially if you go to get a salon manicure and you didn't put wraps on, like clear wraps on first to protect your nails. You can use these at home if you want to go back and have them like file. You know, a lot of them take the file and they'll like file across your gel manicure to be able to get the acetone, you know, under the wrap, or under the, what's it called? To break the seal on the gel to be able to get the acetone in there. But I mean, in reality, this works great for some people, but not necessarily for me. The goal after 10 minutes is you take this off, and then you can already see that it's actually lifting right in there. But you can also see that it's drying my skin a little bit already, and it's not been that long. I much prefer to do the purple cuticle pusher other thing. So that's it. If you have questions, let me know. I'm happy that I was able to go live here. I popped all the colors that are available in the True Shine in an album in this group. And then also, if you found anything beneficial, please share with others. And then if you have questions, I am here and ready and stoked to be able to answer those for you. And so I hope you have an amazing Tuesday, and I will be around the rest of the week, still sharing tidbits and tips. And I look forward to seeing you around here soon. Thanks, friends. Take care. I'm going to go finish. I'm going to go do the rest with my wraps. Thanks, friends. I'll also post the finish in this group. Okay, bye.